Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today I'm doing a retro book review. This week's review is this, Gunship by John M. Davis. This is an independently published novel and it's available on Kindle, but this is also a very quick book to read. It didn't take me long at all. This book is science fiction and it takes place on several planets and in space. It's about a group of outlaws that are wanted by many people. However, they are going up against a big adversary, which are kind of like vampires. It's kind of strange. The lead character is Captain Adam Michaels, who is a rather brash character. He's very impulsive, and he makes a lot of bad decisions. So why is he the captain? I'm not sure why. Actually, I'm not sure why a lot of books like this have a very unlikely character as the captain. Also in his crew is Dalton, who's his best friend and an alcoholic, and he provides a lot of humor to this story. And also along comes Roman, who is a very tough fighter, but he has another side to his personality. And later on comes a few other characters. One of them is Sarah, who turns out to be a possible love interest. But there's a problem with this book that I find that it's really common with a lot of independently published books. It's a very unnatural romance. It's love at first sight and suddenly everyone's in love. I'm not too fond of that. The story, as I said, takes place on several planets and in space, and they're constantly going from place to place, and it's always action. There's very little downtime at all. So if you want a fast-paced story, then you'll get that in this book. Although it's in space, I found that a lot of the weapons are rather old-fashioned, like 20th century. It's kind of retro sci-fi. As it is an action-based book, the action is fairly well described. However, the settings are not. I found that the characters, while interesting, are not always very well developed. Half of the crew is pretty flat. It's not entirely predictable, but it doesn't really give you many surprises. However, it was quite entertaining. There's a lot of humor and a lot of action, so if you like that, then this is probably a good read for you. Unfortunately, there were some editing problems with this book. There's very strange dialogue punctuation as well as spelling errors, and there are no spaces between scenes, so you don't know when one scene ends and the next one begins. It was a little jarring when you're suddenly moving from one place to another or one point of view to another, and it's not very natural. Aside from the editing problems, it was a fairly entertaining story. The characters are simple and basic, the action is very straightforward, the story is fairly basic, but it's fun. I originally gave this book 3 out of 5 stars, and I think I will stick with that. However, I didn't find this book very memorable. I read this almost 4 years ago, so it didn't really stick in my mind that well. However, this is a series, and it does continue on, so I'm kind of curious where it will lead. Have you read this book? Let me know in the comments section below what you thought of it. I will leave a link to the original review in the description box as well. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and please subscribe for more. Thank you for going on this journey through indie publishing. See you in the next video.